Force Touch trackpad, Thunderbolt 2, Intel Broadwell processors, and a faster SSD. The 2015 MacBook Pro has seen a pretty decent update, but is it worth it? The MacBook Pro is an expensive laptop. You do get a solid build, excellent screen, impressive new trackpad, and a blisteringly fast SSD. The lack of dedicated graphics is a slight disappointment, but not having a quad-core CPU option is a big problem for a laptop at this price. 95% of the time you won't notice, but I would happily trade a couple hours of battery life to have the extra power when I need it. If you're looking at a MacBook, the 13-inch Pro is the best trade-off between power and portability, but you're going to have to pay for it.
My review of the 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro. I think it's decently spec'd. It could be a little bit better. You can configure it even higher, of course, for an additional cost, and depending on what you need it for, I think it will suit most people. However, if you're doing things like video editing or you're intending to game on it, I think you might want to consider the spec bumps or even the 15-inch MacBook Pro. And I really do like the new trackpad. That being said, though, I definitely wouldn't update just for the track.
I think personally, from a value standpoint, the MacBook Pro, from a pure laptop standpoint, is a better overall computer. Certainly it has, you're saving a little bit of money, and in most regards, you're getting a very similar experience, and it's a little bit more consistent and unified. The Surface Book is still a pretty new product, so it definitely needs some time to kind of marinate and establish itself in the market, and hopefully the next version will be better. But the one that we have right now is a pretty unique, pretty different, but certainly not perfect, and certainly not up to the capabilities of what the MacBook Pro Retina can do, in my opinion. Sure, the battery life is better on the Surface Book, but all things considered, I'd still probably go with the MacBook Pro. That's based on my personal preferences, but I think both of them have a lot of great features to offer. In my opinion, I think the Dell XPS, even though it has that beautifully amazing touchscreen high-resolution display that's absolutely fantastic, especially with that bezel-less design, there's certainly some limitations that it has compared to the all-around, almost perfect notebook computer that we have on the MacBook Pro. Certainly there'll be a lot of people that will completely disagree with me on that point, and let me know why you would do so. But generally speaking, I think both are really fantastic Ultrabook computers, and that even though they come in at a kind of a higher end price tag, I think inevitably if you're going to buy a laptop for long-term use, both are quite fantastic.